Well, thank you, everybody.
There, hand.
My name is Steve Grubbs.
There.
If you see my name above here, it'll say demo, but I'm Steve Grubbs, a two-time graduate of the University of Iowa, and both the business school and the law school. And now I'm CEO of Victory XR. And so I am happy today to be a part of this ribbon cutting and to introduce our esteemed guests here. And I'm going to start, even though President Wilson isn't going to make any remarks, we want to note President Wilson and thank her for participating and thank her for her support and her good leadership here at the University of Iowa. We're clapping.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And next, so what you see around you is a digital twin campus of the University of Iowa. Clearly, we're on the Pentacrest, but the primary focus of this digital twin is the Tippie College of Business. And this is a space where students can socialize, attend class, even participate in entertainment events or, potentially social events that are related to politics or social issues. So this campus is live 24/7, persistent, and can be accessed by the university students for a lot of different purposes. One of the people that I want to introduce, Senator Walz, if you would work your way up here. I want to introduce Senator Walz. I've known Senator Walz for a long time because I'm formerly a high school debate coach and speech coach, and I got to judge Senator Walz in high school many times, and I can say, I'm sure he lost once or twice, but I can never remember him losing a tournament. So now that I have raised expectations on your speaking skills, Senator Walz, if you want to say a few words.
Steve, am I just addressing Herky down there at the end of the drive?
Yes.
Down there. Yes. Okay, very good. Well, obviously, great to be back on campus. Obviously, a little bit more pixelated slightly than I remember it being, but it is great to have, obviously, such wonderful weather for this event. I presume, Steve, that the weather's always this good here on the Metaversity campus. But obviously, exciting to see this new kind of leading-edge technology being pioneered for the university. And it'll be interesting to explore the various use cases here on campus. So looking forward to seeing where this takes us here, and appreciate everybody being here today for this new demo.
Excellent. Thank you. And Senator Walz, let me just ask you, you're in Coralville today, is that right?
That's right. I'm at home in Coralville, and just got home from Des Moines, and I was told I could do this in Des Moines, could do this from home in Coralville, could do it from basically anywhere. So it is a little surreal. I mean, I have to congratulate the Victory XR team. You all did a wonderful job replicating the feel of the Pentacrest, right down to the birds chirping. Sounds and feels looks very realistic.
Well, and the power of this campus. I'm in San Jose today, and I know most of our participants are either in Iowa City or Davenport, but we have that power of presence, and that's one of the great things. So next, I want to introduce Representative Nordman, Representative Carter Nordman. Oh, I should have said Senator Walz is not only the senator for this area, but he is also the Senate Minority Leader. So it's no surprise that a successful speech and debate kid rose very quickly. And
don't forget my favorite title, Steve. Iowa Hawkeye, class 2014.
Iowa Hawkeye. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
What a great time to be a Hawkeye. So very, very few times in my life I've been more proud to be a Hawkeye. So with that, Representative Nordman, chair of the House Education Appropriations Committee. When I served in the legislature, I was chair of the Education Committee. I thought that was the committee to be on. Then I found out that it was Ed Apropes that actually controlled all the money. So Representative Nordman, please go ahead and say a few words.
Yeah, Steve, well, thanks for having me here. And this is, when we did the walkthrough yesterday, I was so amazed on how real this looks and just the scale of it. It's almost scary how real technology is becoming. But as we learned during COVID and these last few years, how prevalent online education is becoming, this is just another step forward towards that. So I appreciate you being here. I love the idea of this public-private partnership. between Victory XR and the University of Iowa. I think those partnerships are so important, and fostering these relationships is just going to continue to expand how we do education here in the state of Iowa. So congratulations to you guys, Barb. This is amazing.
Excellent. Thank you, Representative Nordman.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. So what I'm proud of is the fact that we're an Iowa company, Victory XR, but we are also the leading Metaversity company in the world. Our partners are companies like Qualcomm, T-Mobile, HP, Meta, Lenovo, and many of the largest tech companies in the world. I say that not to brag, but because I owe a good portion of that to my business degree that I got in that building right over there in Phillips. I was not fortunate enough to go to the new building, the Tippie College of Business, but I was fortunate enough to attend class in Phillips, and I received a great education. Then, of course, went to law school and received a great education there, actually, while I served in the legislature. So I say that because I want to introduce the person who, first of all, Jim Chafee. Jim, would you raise your hand? Jim was one of the visionaries on the team here at the University of Iowa who saw this as that it had a lot of potential. But the person who was behind him, motivated in seeking how the future will roll out, was, of course, the Dean Amy Christoph Brown. And I have been, I work with lots of higher education leaders all over the world. But Dean Christoph Brown is among a very small group of really visionary, progressive leaders, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with you. So, Dean, the floor is yours to take it away. Before we do the ribbon cutting, Dean's going to say a few words, and then she's going to take us on a tour, a campus tour, a walking tour.
A walking tour. Thank you so much, Steve. I want to welcome everyone to the opening of the Digital Twin campus of the Tippie College of Business at the University of Iowa. At Tippie, we seek to be a catalyst for transformation of students, organizations, and the world through thought leadership, educating problem solvers, and productive partnerships like the one we're seeing evidence of today. We strive to offer an education that prepares our graduates to thrive in a world where technology changes seemingly by the minute. Augmented and virtual reality are two of those technologies, and our digital campus is one way that we can help prepare our students for success using those kinds of disruptors. I sincerely want to thank President Wilson for being here today, Senator Walz and Representative Nordman for being with us in the metaverse today. Their presence is really indicative of how universities and government can work together to bring transformative opportunities to the citizens of Iowa and to bring Iowa to the world. I also want to thank our Iowa-based partner, Victory XR, for encouraging us to take this bold move into the metaverse. With their partnership, the University of Iowa becomes the first Big Ten university with a campus in the metaverse, and I'm sure that we won't be the last. Now, without further ado, awesome. I ask you to join President Wilson and me in opening the University of Iowa Digital Twin Metaverse Campus.
Everybody come gather around.
I'm going to try to grab my scissors. Everybody behind me. President Wilson, you're with me here?
Oops. I'm right here. Right here with you.
All right, we're going to go together.
Whoa.
There we go.
Oh.
All right.
Done.
Welcome.
Danny, you want to cue the fight song?
I'll try to put the scissors down. I won't wave the scissors around.
Ooh. Got some emojis going on.
How's that volume?
That's
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
very
Hawks.
good. Very fun.
This looks great.
Thank you, Danny.
You got it.
Dean Christoph Brown, would you like to lead us on a campus tour?
Well, actually, for the sake of efficiency, I'm going to ask Danny from Victory XR to teleport us into the courtyard of the Papa John Business Building.
Thank you.
And that way we don't wander around the Pentacrest for too long, but we're going to head right over to our beautiful new sculpture, Natural Pearl. So, Danny, take it away.
You got it.
Okay.
Just a moment for me to take myself there, and then I'll get everybody else there. Here we go.
Sounds great.
Summon
And,
all of us.
And summon, and here we go.
This is
3, 2, 1. There we are.
All right.
Fabulous. Thank
Nice.
you so much.
Mhm.
All right, this is our wonderful courtyard outside of the Tippy College, and we're standing next to our beautiful sculpture, Natural Pearl. This sculpture by British artist Nigel Hall was donated to the University of Iowa by a former Tippy College dean and interim UI president Gary Fethke and his wife, Emeritus Professor Carol Fethke. I think you'll agree that this is a beautiful way to represent how teaching, research, and service at the University of Iowa combine in a way that we can truly make an impact on the world. Now, if you'll walk with me up the stairs and into the John Papa John Business Building, where the core work of the college occurs.
all
We're
right.
going right up the stairs through the portal. I walk up this way at least 5 or 6 times a week.
Does this count as getting my steps in?
It does,
The
absolutely.
steps are a little freaky.
Yeah, they're a little disconcerting. And through the
Yep.
portal we go. One of our atriums. If you come in here in actual reality rather than virtual reality, you'll see students always in each of these chairs. One of the interesting things when the building was built, we didn't have a lot of seating for students. We just thought they would come in and they would take classes and then they would go back and they would study. And what we found out is that when we create spaces for them to feel comfortable and at home, they come and they stay. And so we are now one of the most popular places on campus to actually have students come and stay with us. Often we have students that are not even business students, but they come here, find a seat, they go down to Pat's Diner, which is off to my left here, and they head down there, they get soup and walking tacos and pizza and things like that every day. So we love having them in the building. Now what I'd love to do is head down this hallway and we're going to head over toward where the dean's office is. This is sort of the middle of the building. Sorry, Jim, I just kind of ran through you. But this is
Are we
an
going to get
area
to see your
where
office, Amy? Because I've never
we are
seen
not
your
going
office.
into my office. Oh, you need to come and visit
All
sometime.
right, I gotta come
Anytime.
visit.
I don't think
Okay.
I'm standing on top of anything right now.
Nope,
Um,
you're good.
Hold on, I lost my tablet here. Okay, hold on just 1 second. No, I got to get my notes up. This is a space where our students gather very often, anytime throughout the day, and they are here. They're working on projects. I walked outside of my office earlier today, and there were groups of students huddled around getting ready for final projects. And then we had lots of prospective students walking through the hallways. I stopped and talked to a family right outside of the dean's office, and was able to introduce myself and tell them a little bit about what makes Iowa and the Tippy College really great. And this is a space where we try and do wonderful things for our students, whether it is through research opportunities, experiential projects that they get to work on with companies like Victory XR, and many of our other partners that we really have terrific partners and relationships with. They are working on projects that are real world. They're getting great experience, and they're learning from some of the brightest people in the world, people with business backgrounds, people with academic backgrounds, bringing it all together to get them ready for whatever their next challenges are. This is a great space. In the virtual world, we have opportunities to do things here like conduct tours for students that could be sitting anywhere around the world. I spoke with our director of our Institute for International Business yesterday, and he said, I want to talk about how to use this for international student recruitment so that they get a sense for what it feels like to really be in Iowa and walk around and walk through the building. We have high schools who are now having Oculus capabilities for their students. We'd love to bring high school groups in to tour the campus and to walk around. So the opportunities we think are endless. We're already doing research in this space, and we can conduct classes here as well. So I'm going to turn it over now to Jim Chafee, who was acknowledged earlier. He's really been very much the impetus for us to embrace and to step into this metaverse. Jim's going to take us down the hall to one of our classrooms, and he's going to talk to us a little bit more about how we are using this technology in the space of classroom instruction and other types of ways to introduce students to the next things that are happening for them in business. Thank you, Jim. Take us away.
Thank you, Amy. If we go down the hallway down this other direction, we'll go into one of the classrooms and we'll talk a little bit down here.
I love these big
Our marketing
images. I love it.
They're our former students, so they've all been here in the real halls, and now they're here always, which is great.
Love it.
This is our second atrium where our undergraduate program office is. Class.
I think I'm going to go
I might
back where all of our students go typically.
I think you're in the very front row, President Wilson.
Oh, shoot. I was trying to go backwards. So in virtual
I got
world,
to be
you can
in the
just move
second row.
people.
Yeah, that was
I'm
me.
just glad
Sorry.
I'm glad you sat us down. I wasn't sure how to do that. So, Jim, take it away.
So, absolutely. I just want to take a few seconds to talk about the importance of virtual reality in business and then what we're doing here in the college. So virtual reality technology has become increasingly popular in the business world due to its ability to create immersive and interactive experiences. VR is in various business contexts, including product design, marketing, training, and customer service. By using VR, businesses can create virtual prototypes of products, saving time and resources in product development. It can also be used for marketing purposes, allowing customers to experience products and services in a more engaging way. In terms of training, VR can simulate real-life scenarios and provide employees with direct experience without the needs for expensive equipment or physical spaces. Additionally, VR can enhance customer service by supplying virtual showrooms, allowing customers to explore products in a 3D environment. At the Tippie College of Business, we are currently using VR and AR technology in marketing and management research and as a supplement to in-person classes in many areas. One of those areas is an focus on data visualization, which allows us to take a 3D view of data instead of a flat view, which is something we have not been able to do in the past. We also have a graduate class chiefly in virtual reality, where we examine the fundamental concepts relating to VR, such as spatial computing, and the psychological and health-related effects with that. The students explore materials and processes used in immersive virtual reality and investigate uses of VR in different professions, including their own. They also assess the use of VR on different industries, social issues, and new and innovative related technologies such as artificial intelligence and haptics. This digital twin we are in now allows us the launching point of creating virtual education spaces such as this one to prepare our students for the environments mentioned above, as well as many others. By providing a more engaging and personalized learning experience, VR has the potential to transform education and prepare students for the challenges of the future. The Tippie College of Business is ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Thank you. So
Thank you, Jim.
I understand there might be some questions that might be coming through either with this group or through the Facebook Live. So if anyone has any questions, please let us know.
Jim, have you started thinking about some of the use cases for your digital twin campus that I think you plan to roll out a course or two next fall? Is that right? Or what are the plans now that you've got this?
Absolutely. So one of the plans that we're going to do is to start incorporate some of the classroom environments to bring students in to say like this is our room S121, where they can come in from a remote environment and experience what it's like, what you're all seeing, and then maybe even the next day actually sit down in the physical classroom and start to see what the differences are and how that relates to teaching. And our instructional designer, Shelby, will actually be involved in some of those conversations. We're also looking at research from a marketing perspective using the same kinds of functions. So I see Becky is here, and Becky is looking at doing research where she would be pulling in people from different environments. Becky, if you wanted to unmute and talk a little bit about what we talked about in my office the other day.
Sure. Is this working? Am I talking to you?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thanks,
This is
Becky.
my first time in this app, so it's very exciting. It's very neat. I've just been doing a little bit of starting some research with Andrea Luangoth. I'm Becky Krascaloni, for those of you who don't know me. And I'm doing some research with Andrea Luangoth and Chelsea Galoni. And we've been looking at, so far, how being in a virtual environment changes your choices, or actually more specifically, your lack of choices that you make with respect to consumption. So we're finding some interesting stuff about being in virtual reality and kind of not wanting to make a choice as much because you're sort of separated from your real world preferences. So we've been finding some cool stuff on that. And there's been a lot of really, really great resources at the university for us to do that research.
Thank you. One of the other things we're looking at is actually bringing in a product called Body Swaps, which allows us to do interactive soft skill training such as interviews, career discussions, and allowing people to feel a little more comfortable from a virtual environment when they step into a real environment. So many things on their way.
Let me ask Tyler Turner, who is working our Facebook feed, if there are any questions from anyone in our Facebook audience.
Let me see here. Would that be just in the comments? If so, nothing so far.
Jim, while Danny's taking a look at that, I just want to talk a little bit about the technology behind all of this. So for those of you that are watching this or may watch it later on a video feed, you'll see that some people have legs. Not everybody has legs, but most do. And you'll also notice that we're all avatars in here. Over time, the technology will improve where we'll actually be basically a holoportation of our own bodies. I actually talked to a company about that this week, and the technology that they have is really sort of shockingly good. But the fact that all of this is occurring right now is impressive, because I think all of us have a headset that has a Qualcomm XR2 chip. And the reason that's important is that chip is basically the same graphics chip in your iPhone or your Android. And what that chip is doing as we speak is it's taking all of us who are in different locations. Our movement and our voice is traveling up to a network and then down to all of our headsets. And that little chip is processing every movement from every person in here, no matter where they're located, whether they're like me and in California today or someone that's in China. And so the processing power of these chips is getting more powerful. And as it does, graphics will improve and other functionality will improve as well.
One of the things I would love to add is just that, we think that the real power of this tool comes from the feeling of us all being together in the room. So I do feel like I'm sitting here next to Steve and Becky and President Wilson and Senator Walz and Representative Nordman and Darren, and the only person I'm sitting in my actual room next to is Brian, who's helping me out in case I forget which button to push. But I feel like we're here together. And when we have, whether it is our online MBA students who are all around the world, we're in 48 states right now, we're in multiple countries. When those students have the opportunity to feel like they're sitting in a room together, that will be a tremendous advantage for us. And so Tippy and the University of Iowa in general, I think, has this reputation of really creating a community where people feel a part of something special. And I think this technology is one of the ways that we can help do that. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited for when everybody gets to have arms as well as legs on their avatars and not just a few of us. But it really, there's nothing like this feeling of us being together in a room.
That's exactly right. The power of presence. So, Jim, is there anything else you want to show in the building?
No, I think that's good for now. I do want to remind people, Steve had mentioned this earlier, but I want to remind people both here as well as online, if you go through the Engage app, whether it's through the headset or through your computer, this will be available 24/7. This is now live. You can come and visit campus anytime you'd like. You can wander around the building. You could go to Pat's Diner. We did not go there, but for those of you who missed the ambiance of Pat's Diner, you could go check it out. So I'm going to be sticking around for a while if there's anybody that wants to wander and ask questions. One of the things that I haven't spoken to anybody about this, but I'll say it here. I would love for one of the next things we do in the metaverse is to look at how we can take the Museum of Natural History and put that into here so people can visit our sloth and then wander around and look at the birds and look at everything that we have in that beautiful space. So there's some potential for the future all over campus.
That's
Jim?
awesome.
Yes, Darren.
How do you access it? Are you going to still need to use the passcode and join a session, or would you just go into Engage and then in the Victory XR Plaza?
That's a great question for Danny.
Yeah. So, so those who were invited to specifically the University of Iowa group will have access to not only all 60 of the Victory XR locations and all of University of Iowa's exclusive locations, but the networked together persistent sessions will also just be available to jump right in at any time. So it's a great way for just a plaza where students can just hop in, hop out at any time and socialize. It's going to be that central hub that's just for students and teachers. It's going to be great.
So, Danny, here's my question. If I am a student in Nebraska and I'm considering attending the University of Iowa and I want to walk around the campus, what would need to happen for me as a potential student to tour campus?
Excellent. Well, just to tour campus, then yeah, all that would need to happen would be for a student, if they don't already have a VR headset, maybe they just want to attend on a desktop, a MacBook, or even a mobile device. They can download the app, and then a member of the University of Iowa membership group could invite them to a campus tour. So it could be a staff member, it could be even one of us at Victory XR. We can absolutely facilitate that as well. So yeah, it's super easy. Just hop in, take a campus tour wherever you are on whatever device you got.
I have
And
a feeling
we
the
will be
admissions
setting up
office.
some groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be setting up some groups and
Yes.
set up some virtual tour times, specifically in the College of Business, but we'll certainly open up some opportunities to walk around campus as well. That'd be great.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, everybody. We are right on time. It's we actually have a few seconds to go, but it's almost 2:00. I'm going to head back into my meetings here in San Jose and say thank you very much. We love working with you. We find it a great honor, and this is, of all 100 of our campuses, this is my favorite. So
Thank
Yay.
you. We love that. We love that.
We like to
love
hear
the
that.
fact I love the fact that the University of Iowa is leading the Big Ten. So no surprise there. So thank you, everybody.
In many ways. Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Okay, see
Thanks
you
for being
later.
here
All right.
today.
Thanks so
everybody.
much. Thank you.
Goodbye.